Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Monkey!
And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks.
Yay!
That's right, folks. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it is the D23 Expo. It is the...
Da, 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 da.
It is the Super Bowl for Disney fans in many ways. And Monkey, by a bizarre series of circumstances that involved David Hasselhoff for some reason, we were able to get inside info on exactly what Disneyland announcements are going to be happening tomorrow.
Yes, I have the envelope right here. Allow me to tap that envelope like on an old radio show.
So, folks, this video will be relevant for approximately about 12 hours after I upload it, but we're doing this for prosperity because we want to leak the info to you guys. We want to be the hot source. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So where do we start? I don't even know where to start. There's so many crazy things. So many crazy announcements. I mean, they said brace yourself for change. I didn't know they were talking about this much change.
Yeah. I mean, to begin with, they've announced a new head for the Parks and Resorts division.
Oh, no.
And it really is a brilliant choice. It's none other than the only filmmaker Randy Moore.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I mean, they loved his work in Escape from Tomorrow so much. They watched Escape from Tomorrow. And, you know, Monkey, it's like most people thought when Disney didn't do anything with Escape from Tomorrow, they were like, oh, well, if we go after them, we'll look like the bad guys, so we basically want to save face. I'm thinking, Monkey, that they saw Escape from Tomorrow, and they saw how much of a visionary Randy Moore was. And Escape from Tomorrow, if anything else, is a scathing criticism of the Disney park experience.
Oh, yeah, so, everything Disney in that movie.
I mean, who better to run the Disney park division than the man who made a feature film directly calling Disney out on the poor experiences? I mean, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's like I can't believe how at Disneyland you can like go on all these low capacity Fantasyland rides, but then the fast loading Buzz Lightyear somehow has a 2-hour-long line.
And then it gets shut down.
I know. It's just Randy Moore he gets it. He absolutely gets it.
Him and his new second in command, Banksy.
All right.
They were very impressed with Disney.
I don't even know how the hell they convinced him to do that because that guy is a very enigmatic individual who does not like corporatism at all. But
yeah, so obviously Banksy will not be appearing at the expo tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, every balloon at a Disney park now says I'm an idiot.
Every single balloon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a great, little vignette diorama thing with Up.
You know what else I like about that idea, Monkey, is that it equalizes everyone. We're all idiots. It's like we should not feel superior to anyone else. You know what I mean? And
we should all be the exact same.
And Monkey, that's exactly why I am so excited about the new Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my God. Yeah. Folks, you thought the redhead scene is just the beginning, folks. We're getting all new Pirates adventure.
Yeah. I mean, the redhead sting, right? Because of course our favorite color is red.
But okay, so Monkey, some of the changes, I don't know, some of these changes are going to be controversial. Some of them are, I think, actually genuinely good changes that people would appreciate. But most importantly, all of them are made to, like I said, give the park a more unified, like everyone should be equal type of experience. I don't want, no one should be feeling left out. So we're gonna start off.
Just saying that they're controversial, not that they're actually bad.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna start off, Monkey. When we go into the skeleton caverns, there's not gonna be any normal skeletons because, like what if someone recently died in the family? You don't want to be reminded of death. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a whole bunch of skeleton animatronics in the style of Barbossa and Jack Sparrow, who transform from skeleton to human. So that way, if you're riding the ride and, like you're sensitive to the subject of death, you can just be like, hey, it's the afterlife. It's all fine.
Yeah.
And you know what I hate, Monkey?
What do you hate, Tiki?
I hate conflict, all right? When I go to a Disney park, I don't want there to be conflict. So
no, none of us do.
So the scene with the fort and the ship always bothered me because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you go to a Disney park to be right in the middle of it's like, it's an unpleasant experience. So I feel like this new scene with the fort is a lot better, because essentially what it is the ship firing a cannon of respect to the fort, and then the fort firing back as if to say, like, hey, you pirates are awesome. Everyone likes pirates. It's so much better. Of course, we're still going to have the cannonball effect. The only difference is that there's no actual conflict.
Yeah.
It's fucking
amazing. Of course, the scene is accompanied by the song RESPECT.
And so I don't know if this is just a Halloween edition or not, but, I mean, we can all agree that Carlos and his wife, bit of an ethnic stereotype, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have something far better for the well, far more appropriate, far more in keeping with the spirit of the pirates. They're going to be bobbing for apples in the well, Monkey.
Aww, that's adorable.
I know, right? Isn't that amazing? I
mean, on the one hand, the only reason I sort of lean toward it being just a Halloween thing is because, I mean, look at Disneyland. They don't put enough Halloween in the parks. Like, just Main Street, a touch of Frontierland, and Ghost Galaxy. That's it.
Yep.
But otherwise, yeah. I mean, if it weren't for that, I'd be okay with it being full-time. That's my one gripe. Well, okay, maybe there are a couple others, but that's the only one I can think of right now.
So the pooped pirate monkey. This is the original controversial pirates animatronic.
Yeah.
Now, of course, God knows we don't want, we're not even going to talk about him in his original state. But you know what I've been hearing, Monkey? And I've been hearing this complaint more and more, and I tend to agree with it because I kind of suffer from some weight issues myself. The guy's eating a fucking chicken leg. And what are you going to do about people with eating disorders who see the poop pirate and they're like, well, that guy's eating. It's just a trigger, Monkey. It's a massive trigger. Yeah. So the poop pirate is going to live up to his namesake. He's just literally going to be asleep.
Yeah.
He's just asleep. That's it. And, Monkey, I in this really, really troubling time of, people being rallied against each other. I don't want to talk politics here, but you know what's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't think we need to see a town burning on fire. I don't. No. I really don't. So we're going to get rid of
really arson inspiring.
Exactly. So we're going to get rid of all the fire effects. It's going to be the exact same scene. It's going to be like all the pirates singing yo-ho and everything. The town's just not going to be burning because we don't need that negativity in our lives anymore.
No, we don't. We really don't.
And
life should be happy. Life should have no conflict at all.
Yeah. And most importantly, Monkey, because of all the terrible shootings and everything that have gone down, every single gun in this attraction is going to be replaced by a walkie-talkie.
Duh!
God bless America.
Yeah.
So what do you got? What other stuff are we missing? So basically the new pirate stuff is going to be all over the world, every version. They're going to kind of roll it out throughout 2018, maybe 2019. They'll slowly start adding stuff in. And eventually it's just going to be a far better attraction because there's just not going to be anything to upset us with.
Yeah. And there are a couple other things that are going to be, get a little updates in all their versions around the world. Like, for instance, in the Haunted Mansion, in all versions, even Phantom Manor, there will be a new ghost host. Actually, the ghost host won't be there at all. I mean, yeah, it'll still be a voice, but it'll be an entirely new character. And it'll be one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time. Like, it's the one, the only Dee Dee Pickles.
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean,
yeah, so she's going to guide you through the Haunted Mansion.
So well. Like, Dee Dee Pickles, her characterization and everything, it's It's Haunted Mansion. When I think Haunted Mansion, god damn it, I think Dee Dee Pickles. So finally we have a marriage of the two.
Yeah, so like you pass by Madame Leota and you hear Dee Dee say, "Oh dear, she shouldn't put all that green paint on her face."
Yeah. God, that's going to work so well.
Yeah.
I also heard that we're going to be getting a Eddie Murphy animatronic in the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. And Dee Dee will, he's going to replace the Hatbox Ghost.
Oh, man, I'm sure the Disney fans are just going to be so happy about that.
Yeah, you know, Hattie showed up. He came. At least he was there at some point. So yeah, okay, we're okay losing Hattie now.
You know what that would be? You know, it's kind of like we who experienced Hattie when he was here. It's kind of like the original. You know, it's like everyone who Hattie should be a unique thing.
And if anything, he lasted longer this time.
Yeah, he did. He did. More power to him.
Yeah. Also, another attraction getting a special overlay is Toy Story Midway Mania.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, normally during normal operation hours, or at least most of the operation days, it'll still be the same ride. But for late night, like maybe after hours, maybe like super late in the day, adults are always complaining there's nothing much for them to do at a Disney park. I mean, look at it. It's pandering to children. So for them, they will have a special offering a night. Every night, Toy Story Midway Mania will become Sex Toy Story Midway Mania.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
You can probably guess what they do with the balloon toss.
And, I think it's great because, adults need something too. Yeah.
And they'll even be able to update the vehicles a little to add a new 4D effect, vibrating seats.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. Now, of course, something that is going to affect every single Disney park on the planet is a new system. So we've come to know magic bands at Walt Disney World, yes?
I've never been to Walt Disney World, so I will be.
And I've never experienced the magic bands, but that's what the internet's for.
Right.
So whatever the process of that's where you get like your room key or fast pass. It's your ticket to the parks, etc., and so on. So this is going to be reincarnated. This is going to be replacing the magic bands in Walt Disney World and just going to be the system at all the other parks.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having a magic band, all of this stuff, all of the special stuff that would be in there is instead going to be in a special chip that is inserted into your eye.
Oh, God. That's so much more convenient.
Yeah. So, like, you just have to stick your eye onto the thing where you would normally place a magic band to have it scanned.
I've heard...
I mean, that's totally sanitary. It's the most sanitary thing on Earth. And even when you're done, when you leave the park, it's still there. So you get a souvenir. A piece of Disney will always be with you.
God damn. That's inspiring.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Can Disney send special offers and stuff to you through the chip?
Oh yeah.
Will you be able to get the Disney experience even when you're not at the park?
What kind of question is that? Of course.
So it's basically like the Disneyland app, except directly implanted into your brain. Sign me
no
up.
Matter what you're doing, you can you'll be notified whenever there's a short wait for Journey into Imagination.
Is there never not a short wait for Journey into Imagination?
Fast Pass Plus may have altered that, but who knows? It could wear off.
Anyways.
So certainly things have been announced for the stuff overseas. Shanghai Disneyland announced absolutely nothing. At Hong Kong Disneyland, the classic Mystic Manor attraction is going to be replaced with a boomerang.
Mystic Manor had its time, but boomerangs are forever.
Yeah.
And I mean
you don't need to confuse the tourists who...
How is this the first Vekoma boomerang that's ever been in a Disney park? That makes no sense to me.
It's absolutely inhuman that we've gone this long.
It's insane.
And with a boomerang, you don't need to worry about whatever language barriers, for whatever reason they decided to make Mystic Manor in English. So you don't have to worry about that anymore with a boomerang. It's just a boomerang, no language barriers at all.
Yeah, you say it once in Spanish. You say the safety spiel once in Chinese, once in English. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In Paris, the Disney Studios Paris, or whatever the fuck it's called, will be getting a brand new attraction based on the Resident Evil franchise.
That's edgy.
Yeah.
Because we all know how good those movies are. I mean, they made like.
I mean, granted, maybe now personally. Now, personally, I feel this is something I'm a bit iffy on, because I feel like the Resident Evil attraction should have gone to DCA, because the Studios Paris Park will still have their Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. But what can you do? And of course, Tokyo Disney, one of the most amazing Disney resorts in the planet. At Disney Sea, will be, unsurprisingly, receiving a Moana attraction. And in this attraction, you will get to feel the experience of being a chicken that eats rocks. Like you put on a VR headset and you go around and you peck at rocks. You peck at pixelated rocks.
You know, VR in theme parks is just like, I've never heard anyone ever complain about anything going wrong with VR in a theme park. It might increase the wait time of a roller coaster by like 10 times, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to get the out-of-sync PS1 style visuals. And
unlike a roller coaster, the Moana attraction will be free range.
It's so cool. So cool.
Yeah. And in Walt Disney World, well, there are a couple notable things with Disney World, but one of them is going to be saved for last because it's that awesome. And otherwise, the second big thing with Disney World is that, once again, the Tiki Room is going to get a new show. It is going to get a Tron overlay.
Yeah, I mean, the world of Tron just fits so well into the Polynesia atmosphere of the Tiki Room. It just goes hand in hand with each other.
I mean, anything's got to be better than under new management,
I mean,
right?
Yeah, that is legitimately true, yes.
Yeah. So, coming back home, where this expo is taking place, or at least nearby, DCA is going to reconnect with its Californian roots. You know, it is called California Adventure. Apparently, I mean, right now it seems like it's Summer of Heroes Land, but maybe they'll get back to being called California Adventure. And when they do, they will be re-solidifying the California theme by adding Droughtland.
Yes!
Yeah. It'll be in completely barren, no waterfalls. The water rides are completely dry.
So just a dry log flume?
Yeah, and there's all the like
amazing.
And the empty riverbeds and the scratchy brown grass.
I mean, the Paradise Pier Bay is already just World of Color shit. So this is just completing the experience.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and the best part is this doesn't replace anything.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Space Mountain will be demolished and replaced with an Ice Age meet and greet, where you can meet Sid and Manny and Diego and Scrat and all of them. I mean, Ice Age attractions should not be limited to the Central Park Zoo. They should be at Disney.
You know what's great about this is that, I feel like by going back into the past with Ice Age, you're basically making the entire concept of Tomorrowland full circle. It's a brilliant move.
Yeah, brilliant move for what was once a World on the Move.
Now, ironically, Monkey, the Ice Age attraction is going to be the one thing that is not part of the Tomorrowland overlay, because basically what they're doing is Tomorrowland has become such a mess since the 1998 makeover. Yeah. So they're essentially just going to just start over. They're just going to make everything like 1998 again. They're going to close the Finding Nemo subs. We're going to have the rocket rods are coming back.
Oh, thank God.
Of course, Cosmic Waves innovation in its prime. Screw Buzz Lightyear. Get Buzz Lightyear out of here because we're going to have the NASA space experience.
Yeah, Randy Moore ain't got time for Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. So yeah, just Tomorrowland 98 is happening again.
Yeah, it'll be like, 90s kids want things to be like it was when they were a kid, and this will help with that. Exactly.
All right, so big changes are coming for great moments with Mr. Lincoln, Monkey. I think Universal is such a trailblazer with their use of screens in theme park attractions.
Oh yeah.
Because
the only disappointing part of the Transformers ride is that dead Megatron figure.
Right? Because why would you want to sit in a boring theater and, watch this static as hell Mr. Lincoln animatronic when we could have a Mr. Lincoln motion simulator?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, folks. In the new Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, you're going to be a part of the action. You're going to follow Honest Abe into battle. You're going to experience the thrill as he uses his axe to cut down the enemies. And most importantly, we're not going to see that old, outdated animatronic Mr. Lincoln. We're just going to see Mr. Lincoln CG. It's just going to be a completely CG, like Grand Moff Tarkin style. Like, we're going to take archive photos of Abraham Lincoln and put them into a computer and then CG the hell out of them. So it'll be revolutionary. We're literally bringing a president back to life here.
Yeah. And obviously this means there's no real need for the Blaine Gibson bust of Abraham Lincoln, so that'll be destroyed and turned into hot dog meat.
Naturally. Yeah. So, what movie is just going to be a surefire hit and there's absolutely no way it could go wrong, Monkey?
What?
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
We got fun and games.
So, of course, the Jungle Cruise is going to be replaced with a Jumanji attraction. I mean, come on, that's just so natural.
Yeah, I mean, that is supernatural.
Isn't it?
Yes. I mean, good God, it writes itself.
Okay, so Monkey, we are getting something new in Critter Country, but it's not what people are expecting. So the Hungry Bear restaurant, it was a good place in its prime, but it's time for something new.
Yeah, it's easily the weakest burger in Disneyland.
I know, right? And Monkey, you know what Disney park fans love?
Mm-hmm.
When they take something old and redo it. And there is one specific ride, one specific attraction in Critter Country. And it's the only thing they could possibly do with Critter Country, Monkey. There is no other possible thing that could go into Critter Country besides a complete duplicate of the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
It's just a second track. It'll increase capacity. Totally. I mean, isn't that great? Like, it's going to be like the thrill of 2003 and going on that ride.
Yeah, that was really thrilling in 2003 going on that ride.
So, yeah. So, I bet you guys were thinking we were going to say the Country Bears, but no, get the Country Bears the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it this way, the Florida version has already been cloned twice. So this won't be as much. It'll just be once, and it'll be in the same park.
Exactly.
So it's not the feeling of like opening a new Winnie the Pooh ride in another park, and it'll be, it's just the California version again.
No, but the awesome thing about this is that, as I said, A, it increases capacity. B, even though it is literally the exact same ride experience, it's new. Like, they built it again. So it's even though all the animatronics and all the sets are going to be duplicated, it's still going to be a new ride in a new building.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And where is that building?
So, the Rivers of America, Monkey.
Oh, yeah, Hungry Bear.
What?
Hungry Bear, right. Yeah. My memory gets worse and worse.
So, the Rivers of America.
Yes, Evan?
It's just going to be completely replaced by Pandora.
Doi.
Because, because we don't want to see any depictions of Native Americans. Because that whole thing is just a big, ugly spot of American history, and there's no way we could possibly do it tastefully. So instead...
So let's just use a species that never existed.
Exactly. That kind of calls to mind Native Americans.
Yeah.
Now, thematically confusing is the fact that Frontierland is still going to exist. It's just Pandora is going to be the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island.
It's totally going to blend. It'll totally blend.
Because space and westerns, look at Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah. I mean, just look at like the big Rocky stuff. That'll complement Big Thunder and Splash and the Golden Horseshoe.
So, Big Thunder Mountain's getting a big overlay, Monkey. We're gonna retheme it to the Lone Ranger.
That's not even a surprise. Everyone saw that coming. Everyone. The second that movie was announced, we all knew that Big Thunder was going to get a Lone Ranger overlay. Seriously, Disney. This is the exact same thing with Star Wars Land. We knew it was coming for ages, so what? You could have just confirmed it, but no, you kept us waiting.
Because, I think it's so much more appropriate and so much more culturally sensitive to have a Johnny Depp Native American instead of like real depictions of Native Americans.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
if there's going to be Native Americans in this park, they have to be Johnny Depp. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And who better than Johnny Depp? He has a spotless record.
All right. So this one's not even a surprise. It's barely even like the Matterhorn is becoming frozen, obviously. Duh. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
And It's a Small World is going to be rethemed to Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, because that movie is going to be a giant Disney crossover, and what better piece of corporate synergy that absolutely was not made to spread the message of world peace, and it was absolutely made to be a corporate machine than It's a Small World.
Yeah. I mean, you got to grant them that. It makes a lot of sense. It makes way more sense than the old ride did.
So most importantly, Monkey, and then this is all the news I got. You might have some more, but
yeah, I have aside from the Indiana Jones ride going under a renovation to replace the Indiana Jones character with Jar Jar Binks, I don't have much.
And Harrison Ford's getting old, and the character of Jar Jar Binks is timeless. Like CG,
he wasn't even interested in letting them use his likeness anyway.
Exactly. And I heard that Mutt Williams is also going to make a cameo in that ride.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to replace Sala.
Oh, man.
So you were saying?
So Fantasyland is going to be no more, Monkey, and good riddance, because it's just Star Wars land. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Star Wars. Snow White's
more like Palpatine's Daring Journey.
What?
Yeah, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, more like Palpatine's Daring Journey.
Yeah, all of Storybook Land, Star Wars. All, Mr. Toad and Peter Pan, Star Wars. Dumbo, Star Wars. Alice in Teacups, Star Wars.
The drinking fountain by the castle, Star Wars.
The only two things that are going to be the same are the Frozen Matterhorn and the Wreck-It Ralph, the Wreck-It Ralph Small World.
Technically, those aren't even the same.
But yeah, you're right about that. It's just all of the classic Fantasyland stuff, because Walt always said that Disneyland will never be complete as long as there's imagination left in the world. So why should we just be blindly loyal to these ideas of the past when we can have Star Wars?
Yeah.
And
I am going to love the transitional gate between Star Wars Land and Toontown.
Well, I'm glad you bring up Toontown, Monkey, because they're not doing a damn thing with Toontown.
Oh, God, no. How could they?
They're keeping it the same. They're keeping it exactly the same. Toontown is such a... there's absolutely nothing that they could possibly do with Toontown to make it any better than it already is. I mean, obviously, Toontown has the best attraction that's ever existed in any theme park, Chippendales Treehouse. I mean, come on, we all know that. But...
yeah.
All right, so what else you got, Monkey?
Well, the biggest announcement has been that is coming out of Disney World, and that within the next few months, they will finally be getting an attraction that is long overdue. It's an attraction that's been at Disneyland for years and years, but for whatever reason, it never found its way to Florida until now. Like, they finally realized that it was a mistake not to have this here to begin with, and they're finally putting it in. You see, at long, long last, the Magic Kingdom will be getting its own East Coast clone of Chippendales Treehouse.
Yes! Yes! Oh, God. You know what?
We're not even going to make it any different. Like, no ball pit or anything. No, it's the exact same layout. The exact same design.
So, Monkey.
The exact same everything.
Monkey, I'm going to Disney World next year for the first time, and I was super excited about it. But the one thing that I was dreading, as it just kept raking in the back of my mind. I was like, how the hell could I do a Disney vacation and not do Chippendales Treehouse? It's just going to be such an empty, blank, dark hole in my heart. And now I don't have to worry about that.
And the best part is you'll be there on opening day.
Yes. Oh, yes. Awesome. Just awesome. Wow.
So is that everything?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so people, we've announced it all. We've announced it all here. You don't need to go wait in line tomorrow. I know some of you are probably waiting in line there already, but you can go home. Just go home, get some sleep. You know, rest a bit and come back in the afternoon or in the morning if you want to see the live action panel, in which case, yeah, maybe stay in line. But hey, who cares? You can sleep in line.
Yeah. God bless America, Monkey, because all these...
Yeah, and also for the people who didn't see this podcast, it means more of a chance of getting in. Right. Because the people who saw our podcast will not have any need to go there. More seats.
So I think we can all agree that this is just a major... Like, this is by far the most new stuff that they've announced coming to a Disney park ever. But I think we can all agree that every single one of these changes is totally for the better, and none of them go against the spirit of Disney at all.
Yeah, I mean, I get why some of them are controversial, but really, just get over it, you morons.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Deep Throat for giving us this information.
What?
Special thanks to Deep Throat for giving us this information.
And also Disney Rules.
Yeah.
Disney Rules just came to us, and he's like, "Oh, you guys want to know the D23 announcements?" Oh. And I was like, "Hell yeah, Disney Rules! I totally trust you. You haven't done anything in the past to make me not trust you."
That's the genius of the leaker being Disney Rules. It's the person you least suspect.
Exactly. It's awesome. So I just want to leave with one final note. If you guys say anything in the comments that's remotely negative about any of these changes, you can just screw off. This is a place for positivity. I'm not going to handle any negative comments whatsoever. I'm just going to delete them. They're going to be banned.
We'll report you to the FCC.
You know, like, if you say anything about these changes, then it's just
like anything, not even the changes, just anything that we have said. Anything that we have done, anything, like even anything that's on your wall.
Oh, God. Yeah, because we're right about everything. And
every single thing.
Yeah.
Every single tiny microscopic little thing.
That's just how it is. And, you know...
Walter Cronkite said.
Also, I just want to put this out there. If you guys see me walking around in Disneyland and you, like, go up to me to say hi, I will just straight up ignore you because I am internet famous and you're a peasant to me. So, yeah. So, you know, I'll see you guys later, but don't see me in the parks because I just straight up won't talk to you.
This is all a joke.
I know. Ha ha ha. April Fools.